Experts estimate that 1 in 10 children are sexually abused before their 18th birthday. 30% of children are abused by family members. As many as 6% are abused by people that family trust. About 35% of victims are 11 years or younger. What's up, you guys? It is Mari back with another video, and like I always say, don't be scared to fall because you may fall into a better situation. I like to feel like I'm a part of that better situation. You already here, so you might as well subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into this video. A couple of weeks ago, I've been actually wanting to talk about this situation, actually since it was going viral. Saucy Santana's mother feels that her family member had turned Saucy Santana gay. And I wanted to kind of further expand on that because I feel like it's a conversation that isn't really as big as it should be because it is very common amongst the gay community. And I feel like a lot of people try to attach that predator narrative to gay people. We've never really unpacked that or understand why that stereotype may exist. And I just want to talk about that today and also just talk about my experience. It's a very healing situation to go home. Like, I've spent a lot of time away from home since I left. I left at 15 and I didn't return home for like almost a decade. You know, so going home is kind of new to me as an adult and as a gay person because when I left home, I wasn't gay. I went back home for vacation and it just brought out a lot of old traumas for me. They're not haunting me, but I feel more willing to speak my truth as of now. I'm owning my experience and I'm owning the way I felt and the way things happen for me. And I'm not caring about breaking up the family because that used to be like a scary thing for me. I never wanted to bring up things from the past and kind of break up the family. But as of now, I don't care about none of that. Like, my truth is my truth, and the things that people have done to me are going to come out. And I don't care who it affects. These things happen to me. They're real. I'm not holding on to them. But I would be crazy to say that these things didn't affect me. And we're going to talk about it today. I'm going to play the clip, and then we're going to expand on it.
Why didn't I protect my baby? I'm his mother. Every house my son was allowed to visit was supposed to be a safe place. But my son was passed around to be used and abused by different family members.
So many people that's gonna be like, oh my God, I would have never said that. But that same thing happened to me.
So after seeing this, the first thing that stood out to me was how hard it was for Santana to talk about this. The reason I haven't talked about my situation with amongst family members is because, for one, I don't want to wake the family up like that. And it's something that I want to forget because I would blame myself for it a lot of times. And I have a better understanding of it now, but I really would beat myself up because a lot of times when things would happen to me amongst my family members and I was young and just not really aware of what's going on and just being taken advantage of by older cousins and older uncles and things like that. I didn't really know what was going on, but because I was already a gay person, I don't think that I was necessarily turned gay. I feel like I was robbed of even knowing if I liked these type of things because that was my first time being presented something like that. All I knew is that I liked boys. I didn't know about oral. I didn't know about bottoming or anything like that. This was my first introduction to it, so I don't even know if I don't even know if I liked it at this point. I think I was just doing it because it was something new and it was just happening. And even at this age, a lot of boys and a lot of girls, a lot of children, they look to adults for, guidance. And it's very, very sad when adults will take advantage of you and guide you in the wrong directions and make you feel as a child that what you're doing is correct. And it takes you years and years to realize later that it's wrong. You will hold these secrets as a child. You won't tell your parents because they'll tell you that you keep this is our little secret, that what we're doing is not wrong. And As a child, you don't know any better, but that adult, they know better and they know exactly what they're doing. I was definitely robbed of figuring out what these intimate moments were for me. And it's a very tricky situation because I liked boys. Initially, I didn't know that sex was even attached to boys or anything like that. Like, I just knew that I liked boys. I knew that I had a fascination with boys. It never got to a level of me wanting to have sex with boys. I just knew that I liked them. That's how I always knew I was gay. So I always knew that until people in my family introduced me to that and introduced me to other ways of intimacy with boys. So of course, if I'm liking boys and you come about and you show me other ways, sexual things with boys, of course I'm going to partake in it because I already like boys. So it's like they robbed me of an opportunity to explore those things for myself. Like maybe I could have grown up and got a boyfriend and then had those experiences. I was robbed of that because I had family members who saw that I was a little bit sweet and they took advantage of it. And they opened up a door that wasn't even ready to be opened. I don't know. I just went with it. It's crazy that I'm talking about this now. Like, my truth is my truth. I don't care what chaos it opens. I don't care if it makes the family look at me sideways. I'm already an outsider. Anyways, it doesn't bother me if this makes a lot of my family look at me sideways. And I want a lot of you to know that it wasn't just one or two cousins. It was a roster of cousins. It was disgusting. And it took me to move to New Orleans in 2005 when Katrina hit. It took me to move to New Orleans for almost 2 years, and I came back and they were afraid that I was a different person. They never tried me like that anymore. I never told them that, they know if I was that type of person anymore. Like I was dating girls after that point. Like I wasn't doing anything gay anymore. Like I was having girlfriends, I was having motion. They weren't going to try me like that anymore. I wasn't that person anymore. And if I didn't get away, if I didn't move, I don't think that I ever would have gotten to that place of growth. If I would have never went to New Orleans, I don't think I ever would have grown as a person, and I never would have escaped that. Like, and then one person would mention it to another person. Another person would be like, hey, we got Marcel doing this. You come try it. Like, it was disgusting. It was so disgusting, and I can't believe I'm having this conversation, but it was very disgusting, and I beat myself up about this for a long time because I didn't feel disgusted in the moment. I enjoyed this. Like, this shit played with my mind. And I don't know how I was convinced to do this. I knew what sex was because of my dad and stuff like that. I mean, like, you just always know what sex is. I feel like at a certain age, you just can't hide it. Even if you don't learn about it at home, you're going to learn about it at school. So it was like, I knew what sex was. I didn't know how I would do it, what it was. I didn't know what it was like that. So it was introduced to me. I was really robbed. I really hate that. Like, it was introduced to me in a way that favored everybody else around me. And I just went with it. And I really hate that this is something that isn't talked about enough in the gay community, because it does happen a lot, where your family members will take advantage of you, or they will see something different in you and they will take advantage of you. And I say this a lot of times. Gay people who are out loud and proud don't have fetishes for young children. It is the ones that are in the closet who have not had the opportunity to explore their fantasies. They're too afraid to go after gay people who are out. So they seek the vulnerable, the young, the very easily to manipulate children who will hold their secrets. Those are the ones that they prey on. Even if the situation comes out, they can easily discard it as, oh, they're just saying, that's just a lie. When things like this are speculated in the family, there'll be a select few of people who know that it's true, and there'll be a select few of people who just don't believe it. And because there's no hard evidence and there's not enough people backing you up, it will continue to be a rumor in the family and exist as if it didn't happen. And because in the black family, we believe that family is family, and we don't take things to the extreme of calling the police, because the police aren't going to save us. as black people. We have to just suck it up. And a lot of times it just keeps happening. And a lot of people, a lot of children, a lot of young boys can't get away from it. It's not the gay people that are out that you need to be worried about. It's the people that are hiding. It's the people in your family that are hiding their sexuality. Definitely have a relationship with your children where you can actually talk about sex. Even if it's happening too early. You can't stop your children from doing things that they want to do. You can't shield them from the world. They're going to do what they want to do. But at least you should have a relationship with them where they're being completely honest with you down to sex. Have a relationship with your children. Period. I hate to be having this serious conversation, but it needs to be had. Like, this is my truth. If you know someone who is gay or you suspect them to be gay, don't acknowledge it. It could be a phase. It literally could be a phase. The worst thing you can do to a gay person is make them aware of something that they're not even aware of yet. Only feeds the curiosity when you as a parent tell a child that they're not supposed to be something that they don't even know that they are yet. Okay? You rob them of the opportunity of finding themselves by assuming that they're going to become something that they aren't yet while they're still figuring themselves out. You rob them of the opportunity to be themselves when you tell them that there's something that they're not. Let your children be children. If your boys are feminine, don't acknowledge it. Don't call them gay. Don't try to combat those feelings. Just let it play out because it may not stay there. And it's okay if it does. It's okay if your boy ends up being gay. It's okay. It is okay. Okay, you guys. So it's a very short video. I feel like that weighs a lot, but this Saucy Santana situation really weighed with me. I know it's a bit old as of now, but I definitely wanted to talk about this. So yeah, definitely don't forget to subscribe. We do a little bit of everything over here. We have deep dive conversations, there's story times, there's vlogs. You know, you're always going to learn something over here, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We would love to have you over here join us, period. I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Toodles. Bye. And don't forget to stay honest. Peace.